Hey guys. um I'm ready to get back into playing Pokemon again. Let's go again. Let's get started. Alright, so last time we caught this Ralts. It's quirky nature, okay, that's all it knows is growl. And it's a fairly weak Pokemon, but it's one of my favorites. It gets to be pretty powerful later on in the game. But yeah, and then we've got this Silcoon and this Cascoon that we're gonna be, and this Ralts, we're gonna all be training those. Scout evolved! Oh my gosh, we're so excited for our beast to get stronger. Look and see how great she is now. And she's got all of these different attacks. I'm still confused by the Fury Cutter. Usually when Grovyle evolves, it's Leaf Blade. So I don't know why Fury Cutter is here, but anyways. Yeah. And then we also have our Shroomish. Our beautiful little Shroomish. So we don't have to catch anything for a while, so I think we're gonna put Ralts out here and we'll do some switch training. You'll see what I mean by switch training here in a little bit. But now that we've got the Ralts, it's time. Oh, well, I guess we'll have to. Let's Pico lookalike. We saved one last time. Let's just destroy this thing real quick, get the Ralts some experience. Scout looks so cool. One shot, there we go. She is so powerful. Okay. This is, yes, Mr. Brownie's cottage. Great. We saved him last time, we'll go. Ooh. Hold on, lass. Wait up, Pico. You're Jazzy. You saved my darling Pico. We owe so much to you. What's that? You want to sail with me? You have a letter bound for Dewford and a package for Slateport, then. Quite the busy life you must lead. But certainly what you're asking is no problem at all. You've come to the right man. We'll set sail for Dewford. Yay. Dewford, here we come. Anchors away! Pico, we're setting sail, my darling! I love this music. Ahoy, we've hit land at Dewford. I suppose you're off to deliver that letter to, who was it now? Steven. I love the Dewford city music. Oh. It's so fun. Alright, this dude. I like what's hip, happening, and trendy. I'm always checking it out. Listen, have you heard about this new being male? That's right, of course you know. I mean, sheesh, being male. It's the hottest thing and cool. Wherever you're from, being male is the biggest happening thing right now, right? I'm sorry to tell you, dude, no. Being male is not cool. Huh? It's not the hip and happening thing. Well, hey, you have to tell me. What's new and what's in? It's not being male. It's being woman. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I knew that. Knew it all along. Of course I know about that. Being woman, right? Yeah, that's it. It's there. Isn't being woman the coolest or what? It's the hippest thing in hip. You think I'd not know about it? being male. It's like, so 5 minutes ago. Now, being woman is what's vital and in tune with the times. Oh my gosh. I love this game so much, cause like, once you talk to him and you change it, okay, I'm sorry, we're taking a detour, we have to talk to these people now. What's in vogue? Why, it has to be being woman. I can't imagine what life would be like without being woman. I'm teaching my Pokemon about being woman, but it's not going well. It's a bit too much, I think. Oh my gosh, I'm in love. Across the sea, is being woman even more popular? This whole business about being woman, isn't there a TV show on it? Mom might like this program. Better get going. I'm studying up on the hip and trendy being woman now. Is it true that there's a deep link between being woman and PC? Yeah, cause, oh, dude, what is the acronym? The science acronym. Where you do science and math and engineering and stuff. What is? I forgot what the acronym is, but yes, being woman. There is a deep link between being woman and PC. Because actually, weren't the first, like, yeah, the first people to discover, like, computer science, I think they were women. So yeah, yes! Oh, so my hunch was right! I'm one step closer to being hip and happening, yowza! Okay, dude, you do you! I collect official being woman licensed merchandise. I have official being woman dolls, official being woman brand clothing, and officially licensed being woman picture books. Hehe, I own. I'm not sharing anything with you. Oh, okay. Hey, listen, I composed a theme song for Being Woman. Being Woman is really popular right now. Okay, listen. Oh, being woman, wonderful being woman. I dare say, chap, it would pay for you to work on your singing before you trifle yourself with being woman. Oh, dang. Throwing some shade over here. Well, I am thoroughly entertained by that. I'm so glad we did that. Oh, and then this dude. What do people do if they need to go to a washroom? What if my rod hooks a big one while I'm in the washroom? I just can't go. Man, Dewford Town is one of my favorite places. Oh my gosh. I love it. Let's see, let's do this. Oh, that was just hilarious. I love Pokemon games. Like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I wish they had female. I wish I could put female, but they didn't have female, so I put the next best thing, being woman. I am easily entertained. Oh my goodness, guys. This whole Pokemon run is about the power of being a woman. Ah, that's right, Scout. Show him what being woman is all about. Oh no, you can break through. It's too bad. Oh no. Oh no. Don't hurt yourself, please. Ah, dang it, Scout. Oh no. I gotta switch you out. Being woman is confusing her. Cause she's just a girl. Oh my gosh. It's okay if you don't think I'm funny. I happen to think I'm hilarious. Crap. I don't like poison. Especially in these earlier generations where poison happens outside of battle. Whoever thought that was a good idea? Oh, there we go. There we go, getting rocks. Oh, yeah, dang it. I lost because I'm trying to not go to the washroom. Yeah, you'd get really distracted not doing that, bud. See, that's HP going down because of the poison, huh? Alright, all healed up. Thank you. Let's talk to this person. Dewford Town is a tiny island community. If something gets trendy here, everyone picks up on it right away. Yeah, we just discovered that. This is a renowned fishing spot. Are you getting the itch to fish? Sure. I hear you, and I like what you're saying. I'll give you one of my fishing rods. See, he's into being woman too. First, you want to face the water, then use the rod. Focus your mind. If you get a bite, pull on the rod. Sometimes you can snag something immediately, but with bigger catches, you need to time the pulls on your rod to haul them in. I got so stuck on fishing when I was younger. Because I always thought, if it says that there's a bite, you just press A and you should pull it right up. I did not understand that, like, you had to, like, progressively press B every time it said, oh, a bite. You know, like, I'll show you real quick. I'll just use it real quick. Oh, a bite. A Pokemon's on the hook. See, I just thought it just did that. But, like, every time it says... Alright, Magikarp. We're not gonna get one of you yet. Oh, man. You're just no splash. Let us go. Alright, thank you. But, like, once you get, like, bigger, better fishing rods, the rods get... You know, you have to keep pressing A every time it pops up. Oh, there's a bite. Press A. Oh, there's a bite. Press A. I did not understand that, and so, like, I didn't like fishing for the longest time because of that. I just forgot about it. Which do you prefer, fishing in the sea or a stream? You know, ponds and streams are kind of my deal. Those are my favorites, Fisherman Elliot. Man, we grew up with a pond in our backyard on one of the places that we lived at. And that pond was cool. It had fish in it, but it also, like, we found like a painted turtle, and we rescued it and we put it in our pond. So we had a painted turtle there too. And I don't remember if there were any tadpoles in there, but we went fishing in that little pond a lot, and it was fun. It was just a little pond, and the fish were really little, like, it wasn't anything to eat. It was just fun. You know, it was just fun. So yeah, we just did that. And that was alright. So yeah, I guess I also had fish in a pond. But, oh, and then I forgot, we would also find, like, toads and stuff, and little garter snakes. That was fun, growing up. You just, you know, Fine. I also got, unfortunately, I got stung by bees a lot. And like I got bit by a yellow jacket, and then I got bitten by wasps. Those sucked so bad. And then I had I got stung by bees a couple of times. One of the last times I got stung by a bee was the worst, because it was right under my butt. I was wearing like I was wearing shorts, and yeah, I sat down on a bee and it stung me, and that was the worst. And after that, I just was just like, I don't mess around with bees anymore. Like, it was the worst. Oh man, it was so bad. So thankfully, bees and yellow jackets and wasps were like the worst wildlife that hurt me that I ran into. Because like the toads and the snakes were really cool. The toads and the snakes were really cool. You know, and for some reason, like, people, you know, when they say they like animals, what they mean to say is that they like mammals, or they like birds. Oh yeah, and there's stuff around here, I forgot. And I do remember this one. And then I'm gonna have to surf to go over there, but, yeah. The wildlife, was cool, because they were, like, exotic animals, but I noticed that, like, when people say that they like animals, they don't necessarily like all animals. They like mammals, or they like mammals and birds. But, like, I love reptiles, man. Reptiles are so cool. And really chill for the most part, too. As long as you don't bother them, you don't make them feel threatened, reptiles are really cool. And, I didn't have any reptiles growing up, though. Hey, you, it gets awfully dark ahead. It'll be tough trying to explore. That guy who came by earlier, Steven, I think it was. He knew how to use Flash, so he ought to be alright, but... Well, for us hikers, helping out those that we meet is our motto. Here you go, I'll pass this on to you. Obtain the HM05 for Flash. Teach that hidden move Flash to a Pokemon and use it. It lights up even the inky darkness of caves. But to use it, you need the gym badge from Dewford's Pokemon Gym. Thanks, dude, but I actually have this map memorized, so we will not be using Flash. There's Abra. I'm just gonna run. Because otherwise it's just gonna do teleport. It's just gonna run away. So. Yeah, I didn't have reptiles growing up, unfortunately. Even though I thought they were really cool. I think it was just we had so many other animals. And, we just didn't think to get reptiles as a family. I think, you know, especially me myself, I really enjoyed the mammals when I was younger the most, because they're soft and they're playful and they're cute. And so we didn't get reptiles, but yeah, I had that freaking pony that fucked us all off. Just going from my last video. Man, that sucker was just mean. I don't know what happened when we finally got rid of him. I think we were moving again. We were able to find him another home. But oh man. That was just... That was not fun. I do not you know, 10 out of 10 would agree, getting bucked off a horse is not an experience that you need to have in your life. But eventually I did get over it, and we got rid of that pony. And we got other horses. got other horses. I'm trying to think. We brought... Because we moved Peggy and Buck with us when we moved. And then we got one more horse. I actually... Oh! This is a Pokemon that I need, actually. This is a Pokemon that I need. Oh crap, that's gonna be... Okay, that worked. Oh shoot. Let's use that Pokeball. Zubat was caught. Zubat avoids sunlight because exposure causes it to become unhealthy during the daytime. It stays in caves or under the eaves of old houses, sleeping while hanging upside down. No, we're not. But we do need that one, so yay, we caught it. And I do like this Pokemon, but we're not catching it in this game. It's going to be available in other games, so I'm going to leave that one. Trying to think, do I want... Well, I'll get a male Zubat as well, if it survives this. Oh geez, that did nothing. Okay, I guess I'll... Guys have been doing pretty good against other Pokemon, but they're having a bit of trouble on this island. Fortunately. Anyways, I'm trying to remember the third horse that we got. He was a quarter horse, but I can't remember his name. But he was a really chill horse. I really liked him. And they were great. Those three horses were great. They were good. Paralysis off. I mean, I want to say the horse's name was TJ, maybe? He was a really chill gelding. So we had Buck, who was a gelding, and then we had Peggy, who was a mare, and then we had I don't remember the horse's name, but he was a gelding as well, and they were great horses. And we even took them camping once. That was something that we hadn't done before. Yeah, we'll catch this male Zubat. Zubat's pretty common, which is why I'm doing both genders. Okay. Okay. I think I'm gonna put Scout in front just so we can get through this cave. We'll come back for more training later. But for right now, we've just got to find this Steven person. And then we had to move again, so then we got rid of those, then we had to rehome those 3 horses. Because we moved to a place the horses could not find us. Or the horses would not be comfortable going with us. So then there was a brief period where we had no pets. That was very sad. And that was when I got my first Pokemon game, because pets had been such a big part of my life, but for 2 years we didn't have pets. So I was kind of like, well, I guess I'll just make do with computer pets. I also got into Neopets at that time as well. You know, that was pretty popular. You know, just computer pixels filling a void that I didn't have pets in my life. But then I got pets in my life, and again, my interest in Pokemon waned a little bit because of that. But yeah, when we came back and we were able to have pets again, we definitely want this. Yeah. We got the dog, and I also got, with my own money, I purchased my first horse. His name was Onyx. He was a Missouri Foxtrotter stallion. I got him for like $250, and I didn't know anything about gated horses, but it sounded exciting, and he was really cheap, and I wanted to learn how to you know, raise a horse and have all of that at my fingertips, but then it became very apparent that, like, there we go. It became very apparent that, you know, my mom, who was helping me, we didn't really know what we were doing with a gated horse, so we went and took him to a trainer a few hours away from where we lived. And he was a dream. If you know anything about horses, the most common horse that you've probably... Oh, there's Steven. The most common... I'll just go back up here. The most common horse that you've probably been on, whether it's been just a generic trail ride or just your friends have them, the most likely horse that you'll run into is a quarter horse. And a quarter horse is fine, you know, they're great animals. Fastest horse in under a mile. But you get really saddle sore after riding them. That just kind of happens. When you ride a Missouri Foxtrotter or any other gated horse, it's like you've graduated from a bike to a motorcycle. It's just smooth, man. I loved riding Onyx. We couldn't keep him as a stallion, unfortunately. He was gelded. My mom was nice. She took the bullet on that one, and, you know, he associated the gelding with her instead of me. That was nice. 'Cause yeah, that's not if you know what gelding is, it's a very invasive surgery. Not super invasive, but it's you know, you're removing the testicles. So yeah, that's kind of a, you know, that it's kind of a sensitive area, so that sucks for the male animal that is getting those removed. But, you know, we also had to get his wolf teeth out, and you know, gelding him at the same time was, you know, it's cost effective, and we couldn't have stallions where we were keeping him, so he got gelded. But then we took him to the trainer, and oh my gosh, I loved that horse so much. So intelligent, so willing to learn, so ready for adventure. Beautiful gaits. I could have ridden that horse all day, and I'm guarantee you I would not have been saddle sore. And I had that horse for I think at least 1.5. It was either 1 year or 1.5, and then the economy tanked. It was the 2008 recession, and I was planning. I got him for $250. Upon completing his training, he could have gone for five grand. But I had to give away that horse because of the recession. And I lost out on a lot of money, but 2, I lost out on one of the most beautiful animals I had ever owned in my life. That was just... I regretted that so much. That was really, really painful. And it was my own fault too. Like I had a job while I was in high school and I was paying for it. But then I decided that I wanted to have, you know, I wanted to be friends with more people. I wanted to have time to do stuff with people instead of working all the time. So I stopped going to that job, and as a natural consequence, I couldn't keep the horse, and it was... I kind of kicked myself. I wish I had stayed at that job. But... Transitioning, though, to the jobs that I've had, that was my first job. My first job was working at a veterinary clinic. That was really fun. We'll talk about that in a second. That device you have there, it's a Pokenav. When trainers that have Pokenavs battle, it keeps a record of how things went, I think. Oh, pardon me, my name is Steven. Oh, so you're Steven. Okay. I'm interested in rare stones, so I travel here and there. Oh, a letter for me? Okay, thank you. You went through all this trouble to deliver that. I need to thank you. Let me see. I'll give you this TM. It contains my favorite move, Steel Wing. Oh, great, thank you. Your Pokemon appear quite capable. If you keep training, you could even become the champion of the Pokemon League one day. That's what I think. Now I've got to hurry along. Oh, okay, bye, Steven. Bye, Steven, bye. Oh, you can still encounter Pokemon here? Dude, I didn't know that. Okay, well, we gotta... Now that we've got that, there is an item that I need to go back to. Rustboro for. So we're gonna heal up. Let's heal up for a little bit, and then we'll get going back to Rustboro, and I'll talk more about my jobs, because I've talked about animals so much now. I've talked about animals so much now. You know, I haven't even... I was gonna talk about, too, about, like, all the animals that I grew up with that weren't even my own animals. But maybe I'll talk about that another time. But animals were so prevalent in my life. And, so when we we first got our when we first got our Scottish Terrier, we went to the vet clinic and got it the checkup and everything. And I hadn't really, you know, my parents and I had talked about, like, you know, getting a job and working hard, but, like, it never really occurred to me at that age that, like, I could just work at a vet clinic, you know? Like, I thought that you had to be one of those people that went to vet school, and, you know, you couldn't work at a vet clinic until you had gone to school, and I hadn't gone to school. Yet, I was still in high school. So but my mom just was she just asked the staff, was like, "Are you guys hiring?" Yeah, I know I'd do that, but I delivered the letter. You delivered my letter? Thank you kindly. This is my way of thanking you. It should help you, a trainer. XP share. Worth it. It will get experience points even if it didn't actually battle. I would say XP share is quite useful for raising weak Pokemon. Now I got the XP share. Or the experience share. Very useful item. We're gonna actually put that on Ralts. Item, we're gonna give it an item. We're going to give it this item. You know, I think we're gonna give you the Quick Claw. Okay. Those items, they help in battle. So. But yeah, my mom just randomly asked the veterinary staff, "Hey, could you use some extra help around here?" And they were like, "I mean, yeah, you know, probably could." And my mom was like, "Well, what about my daughter here? Like, you know, she you know, would like to work in an animal hospital, you know, and get experience in the animal industry, see what it's like." And they were like, "Okay, yeah, I mean, if you wanna help," yeah, we already did that, right? Yeah, we did. Okay, and we're gonna switch Zubats. For breeding purposes. We want females to breed, but we want the males to learn the moves. So, alright, now that we got that out of the way. So yeah, like, on the spot, like, I didn't have to interview or anything, but, like, they're just like, "Oh yeah, come in on this day and we'll get you started." I learned two things that day. One, I learned, dreams can come true. If you know, working with animals was, you know, kind of one of those things that... Oh no, I don't need to go down, I need to go back to Buford. If you're interested in... There we go. If you're interested in something, like, it's not impossible to do it. I also learned that you will never know your opportunities unless you ask for them. And unless you, like, ask people. So that was a really cool lesson for me, because I didn't really know that you could ask for stuff like that. It was really cool. And so yeah, like, my first job I got with the help of my mom, and I worked at that vet clinic for a year and a half. It was really, really fun. It was really eye-opening to see, you know, you get to have the cute little puppies that come in for their first checkup. You get the old animals that, you know, have some health problems. And then you do have the really sad days where you have to, you know, where an animal is so sick that it's better to lay them to rest. And that was really hard. That was really hard. But it was a really good job. And I made decent money, and I worked like 30 hours a week. So, yeah, I think I worked 30 hours a week, so, you know, that was cool. I should have used that last time. Alright. See now, and you'll see, I've gained a little less experience, but Ralts has gotten some more experience. And it learned confusion, yay! Okay, now it won't be so useless. We'll get it out here, training in a little bit. Just gotta get it a little bit stronger. But yeah, my very first job was in the animal industry. And it was great. I loved it. It was interesting. You didn't see the same people every day or every week. It was just... And I got to see animals every day. That was really cool. I have a million stories from that animal veterinary clinic. It was so fun. But I got to a point in high school where I was like, I don't really have a lot of friends, and I want to be doing more theater stuff, which I thought was really fun. Hey, cool, we can get Abra experience. That'll be good for... It'll be good for Ralts to get the Abras. So yeah, I made the difficult decision to not work anymore, and the natural consequence of that was that I couldn't keep my horse, and that was really hard. That was really hard. But working that year and a half at the veterinary clinic, though, if you're able, like, my official job title was, like, veterinary assistant. Like, I wasn't a vet tech. I was basically the gopher. Like, I went and did the stuff that either nobody wanted to do, or, you know, it was janitor stuff. So, that's what I did. And that job was really, really good. Especially because, although I didn't learn anything about, like, writing a resume or like, interviewing. I had no idea about any of that, so I was kind of at a disadvantage because my mom helped me get that first job, but not for long. That job actually helped me eventually get other jobs, but the one job that it did influence was, in college, I decided I wanted to pursue an animal science degree. And while I was doing that, I worked at the campus laboratory. They have an animal laboratory on campus, and they do a lot of great research. The thing about animal laboratories is that human life is above animal life, but we love animals, and if there was a substitute to use that didn't involve using animals, we would totally use it. But animals are the closest thing to, you know, human cell activity, and using animals for research is so beneficial for the human race. So, I got that job because of the year and a half that I worked at the vet clinic. And that was really good job on campus in the field that I wanted to do. Getting, you know, I didn't have to travel off campus for a job. I really liked working at the animal laboratory. Again, it's, you know, the animal, like, and they don't get tested. There's rules for testing animals, right? You can't treat them a certain way without it being directly related to the research that you're conducting. So, there was a study on diet. It was like Western diet versus traditional Eastern diet, something similar to that. And so, because the study was on what the animals were eating, they couldn't do anything crazy like, you know, they had to put the animals in clean, temperature-controlled containers and rooms, being fed regularly, getting their, when the cages would fill up with clutter, they'd get changed regularly. Anything that was not directly related to the research was maintained and humane for the animal. And yes, there were wards that were, you know, considering right now the pandemic, I'm sure that they've used live rodents for studying COVID-19. If we could use something else, we would, but again, human life is above animal life, and to help the human race, we do have to use animals. And, but when I was working there, right before I stopped working there, everyone was getting the flu vaccine because they were bringing in ferrets, and they were gonna use ferrets for, I think they were gonna study the flu with the ferrets. They got the ferrets to study the flu. And so we all got, everyone was gonna get vaccinated so that they could work with those ferrets. And, but I wasn't doing well in chemistry at that point, so I had to drop out of my job so that I could focus on actually passing that class. Chemistry sucks. The base biology classes, especially for any kind of engineering or medical school, it's just they're like the base level, like biology and chemistry classes, they're meant to weed out people. They're meant to be difficult. And I almost didn't pass chemistry. I failed chemistry the first, there's 2 chemistry classes that you have to take. The first one I passed barely, the second one I failed, and so I had to retake it the following fall. And I passed it in the fall, thankfully, but I was essentially cursing the entire semester that I had to relearn all of this crap that I just hated. There is some and I liked chemistry. Like, I took a chemistry in class in high school, and that was fun. But those classes were just awful. Alright. We're gonna switch Pokemon now. Yeah, so yeah, my first job was at the veterinary clinic, and then I got the awesome job doing animal research. And then a couple years later, I actually got to take care of other research animals. These were goats. That was really fun because my major emphasis was on goats and sheep, small ruminants. Large ruminants are cows. Small ruminants are sheep and goats. And so that was really cool. I had never grown up with goats or, knew how to take care of them. But because I had taken care of lab animals in the past, I was given this chance to take care of some goats, and that was really fun. It's really hard work because there were over 30 animals, and as part of the research we had to milk them. And the milking process, even though I don't have to milk by hand, thankfully, it was still fairly labor intensive because we only had one pump and over 30 goats. But I loved it. It was so fun. It was so fun, and then they, in what we call lambing season, but the kids would be born in like the spring, and so we got to take care of the kids. And kids are baby goats. Sorry. But yeah, I don't know, it just... So yeah, then I got that, and then, so yeah, then, I got going through my degree, and that was so fun. If you do an animal science degree, it's super hands-on, at least because I went to a college of agriculture, and they had a farm where we could do a lot of hands-on stuff. So much fun. Really pretty difficult because, again, it's a science-based class, but it was so fun. I would totally do it again. I would definitely do some extracurricular things differently, but I loved the degree. I wish I wrote more papers, but we did write a couple papers, and mostly it was just testing, and those entry-level science classes sucked so much, but I got to take some really fun animal science classes as well. Good experience. Good university that I went to. But, entering the degree, I thought, I don't really know what I'm gonna do with this degree. I just know that I like animals, and I'm motivated enough to complete this degree because I like the subject material. So, I really didn't have a plan for what I was gonna do after school. I just thought, yeah, maybe I'll like get a small farm that I can manage after high school and just make some, make some small cash dealing in like animal breeding or, animal byproducts or something like that. But then I got interested in sheep and goats, and the professor who taught those classes became a close friend of mine, and we got working on... Ooh. Gonna have to get Shroomish out of here. Dang it. I don't think you're strong enough yet. Ah, shoot. I don't think anybody's strong enough yet. But, stall tactics. We might have some stall tactics here. We're just gonna use stall tactics on this one, because it's just... Yeah, just use harden, don't hurt yourself. So yeah, I got really friendly with my professor who taught the sheep and goat classes, and he introduced me to the sheep industry. And if you ever care to look into it, the sheep industry is very fascinating. It was very strong in up until either around or just after World War II. American wool was a staple in American agriculture. But then, off the top of my head, I can't remember what happened, but wool's popularity and use began to decline. And I think it was after World War II. And so there aren't as many farms as there used to be. Farms or ranches, and there's not as many sheep as there used to be. One of the reasons that sheep declined in popularity was because the rising generations didn't like lamb as a meat. So the sheep industry suffered for a long time, but in the most recent years, sheep has become a viable food source again. And there's a lot of grassroots movements to start small and to slowly grow your herds. But they didn't have a lot of schools for, how to become a sheep rancher. And so in school I started looking into, maybe we could build a center where people can come and learn how to be sheep farmers. And so I focused on that for a while. But I still realized, like, defense can't go higher. Oh well. There we go. Stall tactics. Stall tactics work. Let's go heal. Oh my goodness. We're just gonna leave. Once Ralts gets strong enough, she'll clean house. But she's not quite there yet. But yeah, even as I was working on this center with my professor, I was thinking, there isn't a job that I can make money off of this yet. So I still don't know what I'm gonna do when I graduate. And I was getting kind of nervous my senior year when I realized I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I need a job when I graduate. So I didn't really know what to do, but there was a career fair in the fall, and our local sheriff's office was there, and the local police department was there, and that got me thinking. I totally forgot that animal control is a thing. So yeah, I asked them, I was like, hey, do you know if you guys are hiring for animal control? And neither the sheriff's office nor the police department knew. So they were just like, just prepare a resume and just send it in. I'm sure they'll be happy to receive that. And so I was like, okay, cool. So I got my resume ready and I sent it to both of those places. And, like, within a couple of days, I got contacted. And they were like, hey, we saw your resume. Do you want to come in for an interview? Oh, okay, sure. So I go in, and, we have the interview, and they're like, okay, well, as part of the interview, we have to do, like, background check and a credit check and all of this stuff because you're working for the government, and we have to make sure you're a responsible, trustworthy person. So they did all of that, and that took a few weeks to complete. But then they called me back up again when they were done, and they were like, yeah, do you want to come work for us? And I'm like, okay, cool. So I had a job when I graduated. Actually, I actually started that job before I graduated. I was going to school full-time and working full-time. I do not recommend that. It was... dang it. Going to school full-time and working full-time, I do not recommend it, but I did it. I was able to do it, and now I work animal control. That's where the officer comes from. I do animal control in real life. And so I guess it's kind of cool for me to look back on how I grew up with animals and how much I've loved Pokemon and be able to say I'm essentially a Pokemon trainer. Like, I gotta go catch all the animals. Like, I'm super nerdy. I think that's cool. And it's a great job. I get to work with the community. I get to educate people on you know, the most beneficial ways to raise your animals. I have to discipline people who aren't following the law. It's a very cool, interesting job. I never thought I'd ever be in law enforcement in any capacity, but here I am in animal control. And I love it. I think it's fun. And so yeah, like, that's one of the reasons I wanted to start this channel, is just because, you know, I love animals, and it's fun that I'm kind of a real life Pokemon trainer almost, you know? So now you know the origins of my gamer tag, I guess. And if you're finding these stories entertaining, if you want to keep listening, if you want to keep watching the progress, seeing me collect all of the Gen 3 Pokemon, definitely click the button below to subscribe, or like the video, and you can go up here to click the bell icon somewhere up here, somewhere up there. Click the bell icon so that you can be notified when these videos are coming up. And tell your friends, tell your family. If you like the content, you know, share it with people, and let's keep going on this journey together. Thanks, guys. Bye.